Hi everyone, hope you're all safe and well. As you can see from the new graphics inlay, we are running Disney Infinity 3.0 on the PlayStation 5. And the reason I'm doing this clip is not many people are probably going to show a clip of an old game that's no longer supported playing on this console. And that was one of my concerns when they said most of the games were compatible, was, well, this game's no longer supported, this game is theoretically dead. And it does run, as you can see, on the PlayStation 5. Now, I know there are loads of other games, and I'm not one of those people that really want to go back and play backwards compatible, so a lot of people really want backwards compatibility. I'm still going to keep my PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation 5 really is for the new games, and there's not that many apart from Demon's Souls or the Spider-Man game that are true like next gen. But you'll see here, when I was, because I bought this game digitally, I was able to go to the store, download it, instantly installed with all the latest updates, which was the key thing. Was it only going to do the certain file? I didn't do the transfer between consoles, I actually did it from the store because I'd already bought it. Now those that don't have the store, you should be able to install the disc, but it installed nicely onto the console, and I was able to download my save file from the PS4 onto my PS5, and as you can see the transfer files have all come through. So I thought, I know what I'll do, well, let's load up, let's see the speed of this, okay? And this is me loading up my Han Solo level, which was probably the most complicated solo level that I've done. And as you can see, doesn't really benefit from the super hard SSD drive. It still takes a freaking long time to load. Now I could do a comparison, I was going to do a comparison between the two, but I timed it, it's seconds, it's not much long. And you still think it crashes. I thought this would really fly this bit, I thought this would be really quick to load up. But as you can see, it takes a while, and then it still hangs like it's going to crash. But the game works, and all my levels and all my previous save levels works. And we're going to run through, just show you certain things, and just see, has it improved, yeah? But that's how my solo level loads up. No real change there, but it still works as normal. So we have new swipes, transitions between my screens. Now, in my level, in my test level, this worked really well. All the enemies appeared really quickly, so I thought, let's test this one. Will this improve now we've got more memory? And the lag, it still just did the one record. It didn't all appear, it was still one at a time kill. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. I was hoping that they would all appear in one session. So it hasn't improved any, just because it's got more memory and a bit better processor, it hasn't allowed more complex battles to occur. And you'll see as I jump down into this section of the level, and I'm skipping through it by the way because you don't need to see the whole level. If you want to see the whole level got played through early on, but I'm just picking elements of it which I was expecting there to be certain groups. Now for some reason on the PS4 version they all appeared a lot quicker down on this part than they did the one up above. That made no flipping sense. But the thing I wanted to show you here is that there are still the same glitches where a Stormtrooper now gets stuck in the screen. So again, it hasn't rectified anything like that. It still just plays as if it was on a PS4. Okay, so it hasn't improved in any way. It still does the same thing. But in the various tests that I played, none of them seem to crash. One thing that was slightly different when I went up into the loft, when I used the cable cars, is the cable car bit. All the Stormtroopers appeared. Now, actually, this seemed to run slightly slower. That was the weird thing. Because what happens is, when I shoot these open on the screen, and I blast them through the doors on the cable cars, I have some Imperial Troopers on the other side. And what they do is they tend to jump up on the screen. Now, if I hit it right, I can attack them, but they seem to be very slow to generate. So you'll see here, I was expecting more of them to appear and more in there, because as I take my time to get through that, I thought, well, they will now start to appear because they're on a timer. You'll notice only the one there on the screen, and they haven't moved at all anywhere. They haven't gone anywhere. Right, and then the next one appears. And I was able to kill them all in the cable, which was the job I wanted to happen anyway. But see, they're very slow, and my playthrough wasn't the case like that. So that was a bit slightly weird, but it actually played better how I wanted that to occur in the actual game. So maybe that was what I wanted. None of them jumped up into the air. But it works quite well. And obviously what we're going to look at less is the crash, because when I play the crash is quite complicated, and the crash is a little bit smoother, okay? If you play my slow level, the crash actually flickers more. Now there is a slight flicker, but it is quite reduced, so the crash seems to be a little smoother session, so I thought I'll let you guys be the judge. Do you think this crash looks a little bit smoother with the memory now on the PS5 than the PS4? You still get that odd little flicker, but I was getting the whole screen to flicker where I'm not in this case, so that has improved slightly. But it's really, really minimal. Which is quite cool. So that'll explode through there. So again, that was a key difference between the two. The mission still came through. So what I thought I'd do then is I'll load up a couple of the other levels, levels that I knew where there were slight hassles, and I have noticed a little bit of improvement on that side. So this one, no difference at all. Oh yeah, before that, the one key thing you want to know is, has the memory improved? Because we've got the bigger processor, we've got the big count, has it changed? And sadly that is not the case. So you'll see here, just to show you, you've still got the same memory constraints that you did with the PS4. Now, I know that's different to any other consoles as well, so PS3 it's less. But on the PS4, if you look, if I go to the memory side, oh, press the wrong button. But if I go to the memory and I go into the display, you'll see I'm still right up to the top of the level of this particular design. There's no extra space, so I can't add my Star Destroyer that I thought I would do. I was wondering if it would just give me more space, but obviously the way the game design is allocated so much it can handle, and they haven't been able to expand that. Now it's on the PS4, so that's the same level on the PS4, so that again that has had no change. But the game works, it runs smoothly. I didn't have any issues with it. The files transfer across, so that's all good news. Yeah. So I thought I'd load a couple of the old levels, see some of the old ones that we've done. But yeah, it all works. It all comes across nicely. Right, so let's load up another one. Again, I'll do a couple of little load times, but no real difference. Now, I have to say, I've obviously not just been playing Disney Infinity on a PlayStation 5. That would be sacrilege. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is stunning, although it is still a PS4 game. But on the 5, the visuals and the ray tracing is absolutely amazing. I also wanted to test, the one thing I have noticed a big difference on is the Division. I've got Division 2, and the load times on Division is really quick. I mean, we're talking, it'll just take a minute to load up. It only does take literally 10-15 seconds. And also the one I had issue with the Division is that when you run around, the graphics took a while to catch up. That's instantly resolved, so that's quite cool. So I've noticed that difference on there. But the main games I'll be playing on the 5 is going to be Ghost of Tsushima and obviously Cyberpunk when it comes out next month. That was the main reason for the PS5. If you want to try and say what would you compare the PS5 to the PS4, the real comparison is really going from an HD TV. So you know when the TVs came out, there was 720 and then they brought a 1080p TV. They were both good, but when you had a 1080p, some of you could see the difference. You go, yeah, I can tell the difference. That is sharper. That's better. Theoretically, that is the difference between the PS4 Pro anyway and a PS5. Is like, yeah, there is a big difference. Do I want to go back? No, I don't. Yeah. Can my wife see the difference? Not at all. Yeah. She said, what's the point? There are going to be some new games coming through, so I'm happy on that side. I'll still be coming back to this game. To be honest though, I'm trying to get used to the editing tools on here. And I'm not a great fan of how it captures it. It captures the whole clip. I'll probably still stick with the PS4 for my capturing. Because of the level design, I'll probably leave that on my PS4 as my tool. But you'll see here, there's still little glitches that occur here on this level. And this is not fully running at full memory. He's stuck, so I can pick him up and throw him. Right, but there's one part I thought on here I'll test out, and that's when I collect the baby particular point. When I rescue Baby Yoda, I didn't get all the troops to respawn. I only got like a couple of them. When we unlock this, yeah, we'll move to the side, and they did keep on reappearing. So I didn't find this actual battle kept on going. This was quite good. So this seemed to run smoother here on this particular instance, but no different. It was good fun. And I say, check the other clip out on Breakdown. You have to kill the troops, blow up the ship above, and then you've got to get the Baby Yoda into the spaceship. I haven't watched any of season 2 of The Mandalorian. I will plan to be watching that this week. I've been waiting till a few episodes got going, so there's 4 episodes out now. So I think I will re-sign up to Disney Plus, watch Mandalorian, and then cancel my Disney Plus because they've got nothing else on I need to see. I happen to own all the other Marvel movies, so there's no point in me having to watch it for that. So unless they start doing some new series, I won't stay with them. But I'm ready to watch the first 4 episodes because I hear it is awesome.
I'm the fastest gun in the galaxy.
Which I'm looking forward to. But this runs. It seems to run smoothly. No real difference to the other one. But that's the one thing I was quite pleased with. I mean, there's not many compatible games I go. Once I finish a game, I move on to the next one. I want to play them. I want to keep the games moving forward. But because they're not supporting this one, and they're not going to do another version, this is still a fun game, and I just love playing it. And I have to say, if you love a Star Wars, there is no better Star Wars game. Seriously, there is not a single Star Wars game. Just even if you don't like creating Disney Infinity levels, just play the Star Wars level. You'll see I had a little bit of trouble here, so I'll do a bit of editing here. But just play the Rise Against the Empire level. It's a great Star Wars game, and the space battles and Star Destroyers, it's awesome. There's nothing better than it at the moment. I've not seen any Star Wars game better than that. If you think I'm wrong, let me know what you think is better than that side. Right, you'll see here, I had trouble, by the way. I couldn't get up, so I'm edited to look like I knew what I was doing. But that took a good, like, 10 seconds, 10 attempts, I think. This all works quite nicely. This is all going well. So I better jump down. Turn around, see the explosion. Yay. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to load up some really old levels up. Because some of those old levels I had the text creator tool. And I want to check to see if they work. And check to see if they still appear. Because one thing, because they've shut the Disney Infinity servers down, the text tools don't work. So I want to check any previous game that I saved text tools, if they work. So let's give that a go. Go back to some very old ones that we used to do. And there we've got Yoda set aside. Right, let's load up. Let's load up this one. So this one is my Rebel Assault on the City. Okay, and the reason I just picked this one is because I created 2 different types of challenges, but you could, at the time before they shut the servers down, you could actually put in the text tools within the challenge marker, so you could tell the player what they were going to be, which is really cool. You don't have that luxury anymore, so you can't actually do this. Also, you can give them instructions throughout the game. Why they take it off, I have no idea. Yeah, why they couldn't leave it in. That was the stupidest part. Why switch that tool off? Why? Because I know they wanted to not have swearing on other parts of the screen, but they should have either built that in the code, built the language in, or put key phrases you could use. That was the one thing that did really annoy me about this. But you don't get this anymore, where I can explain what your challenge is. And it's such a little feature to the game that's so fundamental for you to create your own levels, for you to tell your story. And most people that watch my channel tend to be either parents that are doing it for their kids, obviously some of you teenagers are doing it as well, but just to create that story for the younger, because there are no real young people's games. Yeah, if you get a PlayStation 5, everything is very violent, very killing people. There are very few games. I mean, Sackboy Adventure, that's a brilliant group game, and I have to say, if you want to play as a group, Little Big Planet on the PlayStation, if you're an Xbox fan and you've never experienced Little Big Planet, that is a brilliant group family game, yeah, and I love that. But there are very few of them about, which is so frustrating. And I know this is Star Wars and it's fun, but this was such a good game that everyone can play, mixed levels, and with the time challenge ones that we've been doing recently, just the different events people have done. I mean, I always do Star Wars, but everyone's setting their times. It's just a really, really fun game that you can pretty much do everything you want. Now, looking at this particular level, I remember this one where I had to set charges, and you get the quotes here like this: set charges. I can't do that anymore. You can't get those speeches done, and those descriptive text either, which is really annoying. Set charges, great. Charges set. You can't have any of that, which is really annoying, but it still works on those previous save files that I've done. Now, I don't know what it's like on a PS3. I don't know if you can transfer a PS3 save file over. I know you can do a 4, so I'm going to presume you can't. If you've got a PS3 and you go straight to PS5, I can't guarantee that will work, but the game will do. That's the only one cool thing I can do, because it doesn't say it's PS3 compatible with PS5, so I don't think the PS5 will do that. Right, I'm going to end the level on this one, stop the execution, because this level was the one that changed everything for me. Now, I did a clip in 2015 to how to shoot Star Destroyer, which has been my most popular clip. It's not one of my best clips, I have to say. It was just a little clip, but it was the one that got me recognised on how to do the Star Destroyer, and that's one that expanded. But this clip, this level, was the one that changed the game for me. Because once I realised what you could do with it, this is what then realised, right, hold on, and then this just set my brain going off in different directions what you could do. This was the real first level I think I made that realised opened the doorway for me, so this was the one that changed. Now this is my second most popular clip that I've done, but again, I thought a good little test as well, because there's a lot of troopers in this one. And the clip at the time, I could only record 30-minute clips, so the actual instructions is not that clear. So I have to come straight to it and you get to the very end, whereas normally I do a little intro before. But this was the one where we've got all the troops, you'll see I'm trying to get up to the top there. All the troops are escorting a person. You see, I have a trouble jumping now, I can't do it. I'm having a little bit of a mare. Oh well, I give up on that. But they escort the prisoner and they're going to execute him. Alright, so we've got the whole group. And once I realised you could do this, I went, okay, now this is what we can do with the game. And now I've got the different levels coming through. And we've got a load of troopers in here, and they all start one by one start stopping and attacking me. And it's still for one of my earlier levels. The previous one looks a bit dated, but this is one of my early ones. It's still a lot of fun to do. You've still got time to do on it. And it gives me a lot of it's given me a lot of ideas from this one. But this was the one I think made me really then get the channel working. Really started thinking, what can I do? And I've noticed if you play back any of my other levels, you'll notice that I have also learned how to design games better. I think we started off very basic, just do the level, little shoot and collect, and then we start thinking more about it. And I've been thinking more how the game levels work. As I play more game levels now, I tend to understand that more. So I've noticed my level designs have improved, but that's due to that because I have to think about it more. So my solo one, I think, is my best one that I've done. I think it flowed really well. But this was the key point. Kept it simple and kept it going through. Well, saying that though, I have to say my horse riding one, which is just a simple track. It's been a great laugh one to do. It's been excellent. I'm going to go and save. Come on, I'm going to save him. Grab him out. Let's grab him. Cool. But this was the one that started it all off, and it still runs. It still does its job. So I'm glad to say that my base is working on the PS5. It connects up fine. I can put my character on. This is my FX character, by the way, so I've got the lightsaber character on the display. But it still all works. So yes, the Disney Infinity runs smoothly on the PlayStation 5. Yeah. While we wait for real, true next-gen games to come, which are not coming towards next year, there are going to be the odd games you want to come back to. So I'll probably get a lot of stick of why you're playing this game on a PS5. But this is one of the best games I think ever made. Right, and that's quite a large statement. You've got some classics like GTA 5, which is a masterpiece as well. But as a family game, as what you can do with it and what you can create on it, I know Dreams is there, but this to me is more simplistic than Dreams, but yet more effective because I want characters like this, and the character design is what make the level. I can create the level, but having characters like these will act in this particular way are great. So I'm still going to keep doing Disney Infinity. I've still got more clips to do. I've still got my time challenge levels to do. So I've got to go and create everyone else's The Floor is Lava's. I've got to do All Night Gaming's 1 and so Professor Toybox. So I'm going to get cracking on with those. There'll be a few weeks of time before they come out. Let me know. If you get a PlayStation 5, will you be doing Will you be playing on here? And anyone who's got an Xbox One, please put a shout. I think Jet Plus said he could do that. That he does run on an Xbox. Well, there you go. It does work, and it runs smoothly, and it's still a lot of fun. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll get another clip to you very soon. Cheers. Bye.